You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, when it came to the trans invasion in female sports, ground zero in 2025, ever since President Trump took back the White House, was the state of Maine. Now, Janet Mills, the woke governor of Maine, actually said she wasn't going to comply with President Trump's executive order. And you actually had a pole vaulter that dominated the females in their own sport. Janet Mills actually told President Trump that she was actually following federal and state law when she wasn't. And she actually told President Trump, "I'll see you in court." And we all know that the state of Maine, they found out because now the DOJ is actually prosecuting them. Okay. Now, President Trump also stripped federal funding, but that ended up, I believe, going back in place for now. It's still a long battle in this thing, folks. But when it comes down to it at the end of the day, guys, this thing is truly going to be fits on a state level. And believe it or not, guys, I didn't even know this, that the Maine state legislature actually is trying to pass a bill to ban males and female sports. But there's a big problem, folks. And the problem is, you guessed it, Democrats. Now, Maine's governor is a Democrat. The House is run by Democrats. And the Senate run by Democrats. However, in the House, guys, there's only like a 3-seat majority for Democrats in the Maine House of Representatives. But guess what? They actually passed the bill to actually ban males and female sports. 3-seat majority, so obviously they had some Democrats that got on board with Republicans to do this. Now, in the Senate, it's a different story. Because the Senate, man, they had one job. They had an opportunity to actually ban males and female sports. And it failed. 21-13. It failed. This is sad, man. This is really sad. Now, Democrats have a 20 to 15 seat majority in the state of Maine. But someone was telling me, guys, even if the Senate actually passed this, Janet Mills probably could actually veto this thing. This is really sad, guys. But I'm not surprised. Let's go ahead and get into it. Right over here, guys. Maine Senate votes down bills barring transgender athletes from participating in girls' sports teams. Wow. Maine, this is just basic common sense. This should be pretty easy. But to common sense thinking people is actually easy, but we're not dealing with common sense thinking people. It says here, the Maine Senate has rejected a slate of bills that would ban transgender athletes from competing on girls and women's sports teams, raising prospects that none of the proposals will become law. Yeah, highly doubt it. One of the proposals, which narrowly cleared the Democrat-controlled House last week, would prohibit schools and colleges from allowing anyone born male from participating in athletic programs designated for girls and women. But the Senate voted against the measure, 21-13, which means it will fail barring a turnaround in later votes. The Senate also opposed 2 other proposals that included additional provisions restricting the rights of transgender students to use bathrooms, locker rooms, names, and pronouns aligning with their gender identity. Those bills were narrowly opposed in the Democratic-controlled House. The votes come amid an ongoing political and legal fight over transgender rights that has intensified since February when Maine Governor Janet Mills was confronted at the White House by President Donald Trump. The administration unleashed a retaliation campaign designed to force the slate to comply with the president's executive order. The issue is now part of a federal lawsuit brought against the state by the Trump administration. Maine drew national attention on the issue this winter when Republican Rep. Laurel Libby of Auburn criticized the state's policy by posting a picture on Facebook of a transgender athlete who had just won a high school girls track championship. Where have we actually seen that before, guys? This thing has happened a lot, right? Anyway, the post went viral, and days later, President Trump singled out Maine as he threatened to cut off federal funding unless the state complied with his executive order banning transgender athletes from girls and women's sports. Maine Governor Janet Mills, a Democrat, now famously responded, "See you in court." Months later, the statement has run true as the state and the Trump administration have filed lawsuits against each other. The issue has deeply divided the Maine legislature, the public, and even youth athletes who are most affected by the policy. During public hearings on bills, high school and collegiate athletes testified on both sides of the issue. Man, I'm so glad, man, that I don't live in a blue state. I really am, man. I can't imagine, man, like living in a state like California, for example. We talked about the A.B. Hernandez thing where A.B. Hernandez is allowed to go out there, dominate, win state titles in girls' sports. I can't imagine being a father in a state like Maine, California, Oregon, when I know my daughter has no shot whatsoever to win. It is deeply unfair. And these politicians, man, they're on the wrong side of this, man. Even like 70% of Democrats, I'm talking about Democrat voters, don't believe that male should be in female sports. But I think it's pretty clear that these politicians are voting against the interests of their constituents. Yeah, this is really, really insane, guys. Really insane. Now, to the people in Maine, if you truly are against this, man, you're going to have to vote the other way. You just got to do it, man. You Democrats, you've probably been Democrats your whole life. But let's be real, man. Do these Democrats really have your best interest at hand? I don't think so, man. I've never seen it, man, where the Democratic Party has went this radical when it comes to the transgender issue. As soon as we saw how it happened on the federal level, where all these Democrats voted against it to actually keep males out of female sports, they voted against it. We should have known on a state level it would be the same in blue states. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.